back to my YouTube channel, and this week we're going to be doing my fourth part of our Test for All Cancer series. So welcome. Now our first type of cancer will be rhabdoid tumors, and we'll be watching this video on Dr. Chi discussing pediatric atypical teratoid rhabdoid tumors. And we will be watching the entire video to get a better understanding of what exactly rhabdoid tumors are, and as well as their features.
So I have a particular interest in patients with atypical teratoid rhabdoid tumor, which is a really rare central nervous system tumor. And this is a tumor that's distinct in that it only has one specific mutation in its DNA in this gene called INI1 or SMARCB1. There are other tumors that have a very similar type of mutation, again, a singular mutation, and those are rhabdoid tumors of the kidney, rhabdoid tumors of the soft tissues, and other tumor types include epithelioid sarcoma, renal cell medullary carcinoma, and chordomas.
Yep. And now we will be going to methods of diagnosis for rhabdoid tumors. Now first we have the ultrasound, where high-wave sound waves are utilized to create echoes that bounce off the patient's internal organs and tissues. And the echoes are actually utilized to form pictures known as a sonogram. And next up we have the computer tomography, also known as a CT scan. Now a CT or CAT scan can be used to create a series of X-rays and a computer to create a 3D image of subbones as well as tissues of the patient. We have MRI, which is magnetic resonance imaging, and this method allows the use of a magnet, an abundant amount of radio waves, and a computer to generate a consecutive amount of detailed picture inside the patient's brain and spinal cord. You may also conduct a biopsy, which is a general method utilized to detect a broad category of cancer types. And it is also usually the golden standard for detecting cancer, and with a biopsy, a sample of the tumor is taken and examined under a microscope. If tumor cells or metastatic behavior used or observed, the doctor will notify the patient of future treatments and therapies. Next up, we have the lumbar puncture. Now, a lumbar puncture or spinal tap is where the doctor collects a sample of this patient's cerebrospinal fluid, also known as the CSF, from their spinal column to check for signs of cancer in the tissue below the microscope. As you can see here, that is an example of a brain tumor or rhabdoid tumor. Next up, we will be talking about astrocytomas, which is cancer within astrocytes, typically cells. And we will be watching from start of the video to 1 minute and 20 seconds. And this is astrocytomas, brain tumors explained.
Hi everybody, so today we're going to be talking about astrocytomas. So before we get into astrocytomas, first we got to talk about what astrocytes are. And astrocytes are a type of glial cell. So glial cells are basically cells that help provide support and metabolism for the cells in the nervous system outside of the neurons. So anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look. And the first thing we're going to do is there's actually 4 different types of glial cells, but I'm just going to concentrate today on astrocytes. So let's take a look at astrocytes. So what are astrocytes? I'm going to make another video all about astrocytes, so this is a quick preview. And what astrocytes do is what they are is star-shaped cells. So these are star-shaped cells, and what they're going to do is they're going to provide support to the neurons in the nervous system. So this provide support. They help maintain homeostasis, right? Especially with ions, they're going to help maintain homeostasis. They play a role in the blood-brain barrier.
Yep.
Okay, and
These cells are very important for nourishing and
are
replenishing
responsible for the
neurons.
development of nerve cells or cells that are in the nervous system. So that's basically
And now we will be moving on to the methods of diagnosis for astrocytomas. First, we can do a neurological exam. Now, during a neurological exam, a member of the healthcare team will inquire about the patient's symptoms. They will be checking the patient's vision, hearing, balance, coordination, strength, and reflexes. Now, problems in one or more of these areas may indicate a brain tumor. We can also do imaging tests. Now, imaging tests can help determine the location and size of a brain tumor. MRI is often used to diagnose brain tumors. It can be used along with specialized MRI imaging, including functional MRI, perfusion MRI, and magnetic resonance spectroscopy. Now, in general, tests may also be able to identify detailed information about the tumor cells. Tests may look for changes in the genetic material of the tumor cells, called DNA. The results may tell the healthcare provider about the patient's prognosis, and the team can utilize this information to craft a plan regarding treatment options. As you can see, here's what an astrocyte looks like, and here's its location in the brain. Although glial cells are very prominent, they're a very big part of how neurons function. So I would say glial cells are extremely predominant. Yep, thank you. And I hope you all have a great day.